Hello, this is Farmer George, and we're back. We're just tidying up some things in the farm, of course. This had gone down. It can hold a maximum of 20,000 litres, so I'll just switch him back on for a short while till it fills this up. We can even discover how much is left in this bunker bay when he drives in using the F1 menu. It should tell us there are... I won't have to stop him. It's 57% full. He's got 78,000. Oh, 786,540 litres. 786,000. So we'll leave him doing that work. Just make sure he gets back on track properly, which he won't do now. I've stopped him. Now we will have taken him past the start sign and he's away. We was going to make a course to drive this field, with the swather enabled, so it was going to create straw, enable straw. Disable straw. It's on now. It's on straw. We will also send this guy back. He should still be on. Yeah, Coldborough to Chantry. I don't know why he was stopped here. I think it was just that. Oops. Just turning my volume down on my game. Nearest waypoint, will change it to the first waypoint. Then because my first waypoint on this course isn't like till over at the bend over there. So we'll literally just have to throw that in there. Also I want to look at that course. That field over there. It's field 2. Field 2 has what types of crops does field 2 have? Wheat. Could have sworn I'd put something else in there. I usually do barley or wheat. And of course we've got a little bit of this to do. I'll do that off camera though, because it's mainly just an annoying drive round, and I haven't recorded a CoursePlay course for it, which I should have done. So I've got to do it again every time. And it's such a slow process because you're doing all this business. Let's make sure that the rear one is down. There it is. Basically your front one's cutting the heads off the leaves, and the next one's pulling the plants up. If you don't cut the heads off, if you don't cut their heads off, it won't pull the plant up. So If you want to make sure you get all of the crop, of course, make sure you run it over with the front piece, of course. It can be quite time consuming. So I prefer to do this type of a crop on a larger field with a lot of room around it, so that you can have room for the machinery to turn round. And then on top of all that, you would set course recording, of course. And the way I have my field set up, of course, is you cannot drive over the crop because you will damage it. So I'd like to show that once more. I know you've seen it plenty of times. Perhaps there might be people who have not seen it though. So as an example, I will cut this corner. I will turn off the equipment. We'll just pause the CoursePlay course and bin the last 2 points, so we can actually start from that next place if we want to. Right, watch this crop. Can you see? Watch them 3 spuds on the floor. 310, well, not 10, it's the beets. So if I'm driving over them, I'm just crushing them into the ground and destroying the crop. There's no machinery pulling them out there, of course, it's just me destroying them. So to continue this course from where we are, we turn off the pause, turn on all the gear, set cruise control, and when the harvesting equipment is being towed, cruise control automatically sets the speed, so there's not much you can do about it. Can't go any faster than that. Used to be in early games, especially in 2011 and later in 2013, and certainly back in the 2009 days, but nobody remembers that game anymore, that you could, you know, literally set the speed of your harvesting, and if you went too fast you'd break your machinery or break your plough. You have to go back and pick it up. It was only a matter of just breaking the thing off. The other bad thing about this mod though for the soil, when you run over the crop, is that I think we're actually killing some of the crop. As the front wheels are running over things, they're disappearing into the ground, so that's leaving less for the harvester, which isn't a good idea. So you either need thinner wheels on your harvester, on your tractor, or you know, a different approach. I'll turn the mod off, but in real life I suppose you would be killing the crop. Don't know how you would make it work in a farming simulators game apart from turning that that feature off. And the idea is, of course, you take a couple of turns around the field like this and then dump it in your waiting wagon. In fact, if you park that wagon in the same space every time, you could set your CoursePlay course on this vehicle to run in the same place and actually draw up alongside the wagon each time, because this vehicle's not working like a proper harvester as such. Because it's a tractor, simple as that. But if it was a harvester, you would be able to set it to go to empty itself. And we could show that on that next field we're doing, but the harvester will drive over the crop in different places whilst it's going to the wagon to deliver its crop. So it will leave lots of dead crop all over the place, so it's just run over. In reality, a real life driver wouldn't be driving over the crop, he would drive around the edges of the field. But there's not really much way to do that in CoursePlay apart from setting the course to drive from one end of the field always, so that you're going up and down the field, say you're going from south to north, and you have your wagon to fill with the harvester in the south. So if it needs to move off to go and empty, it will move south and not north, because the crop, the unharvested crop, is to the north of the field. And if it decided to go northwards, it would run over a crop that's already growing. So anyway, all in all, this is a bit of a laborious and boring task, and really I'll complete the rest of this field off camera, and then you know, I'll come back and perhaps replant it, and then let the CoursePlay drive the course from now on, which is usually what I do anyway. So we'll leave that job just there, and I'll finish that up later. We don't have to. People often get worried with using CoursePlay. They think they can't just leave it. Well, you can. You can just land the anchors on and clear off and do something else, and come back, and CoursePlay will still be working, still be recording. I don't think we have any more cattle, so we'll just have a look. We'll do it on the big screen. Sheep and productivity, feeding trough, I think it's the next one. Beefs. We've got 100 of each, and we've only got slaughter weight 1. We've only got 1 pig, so we're all done for cattle for the time being. Apart from we needed to feed the pigs the last time out, if you remember that. And I didn't find another way of feeding the pigs at all, and I can't remember how I fed the pigs before. I'm sure I was feeding them with the mixed rations dispenser tool. This vehicle also needs to run over to the bio facility and collect its forks, because I'm short-handed with the forks, without the forks on this. So what we'll do is we will quickly record a course, and of course we've left you the course recording as well. We can record another course whilst we're recording one course, and we don't have one from Yatton to the bio facility. Let's just change that. I can't see it anyway. There is a couple of courses that I haven't made on here which would be quite good to make, and those being that you make a course from the north to the south, and a separate one from the south to the north, and then another one from the main east and west points across the map, all with them all crossing at the same crossroads. That crossroads would possibly be at the mouth of this farm here, not at this big crossroads. And the reason for that is the drive across the farm. And then what you can do is you can send a vehicle from, if this was the north point, we say this is point A, you can send it to point B, or you can send it to point C, or to point D, just by saying transfer course. So I might actually do that in the next video, just to show, you know, the best way to do all that, and then I'll demonstrate the course to you. What we're going to do for now though is just take another quick look through the vehicles, make sure nothing's running astray. We've got some milk here that possibly could go to the milk yard, to the milk sale, and we've got another 2016 litres, the bottom one on that flashing, so that's the 17,000 litres. We need some more in there first, so we won't take that just yet. We need more bales. This guy's still filling up. He managed to get 9,000 in there. He's awaiting. He's arrived. I think we best take him. I think we last did fill the sheep's water. That's the bet that it takes all of this 6,000 litres. You know, I'd be surprised because it's being taken. Oh, the maximum capacity has already been reached. That's good. I think I would leave that there then, for now. And the cow's over. And you can see this guy's still waiting. Well, we need to turn on the equipment. Still recording, yes. So I will continue on this course, and I'll come back with the next recording when I've finished doing most of this field. Yeah. And this would be an oddball course really, because it's starting from like this point, isn't it? You know. So what about the outer circuit? Well, when I come back to do the outer circuit, I will have to start with the inner circuit, clear that first so I can see what's left, and then go and do the outer circuit and record a course for that. So if I can manage to keep this course recording for the rest of the field. So we'll catch you in the next video, and we'll maybe come back if we get the tipper wagon full before then, and we'll see you then.